Hey everybody, DJGup1234 here. I'm here to answer a question that's been kind of circulating in a weird kind of way. For those that don't know, there's a question that's been asked that it's not word for word on what I'm about to say. And I also like to stress, I don't have a script for this. Normally, if I do these type of videos, like a one me explaining something or something like this, I try to come with a sort of like bullet point thing to help me guide the track. But for this one, I'm just gonna have no help with this. And the question is, well, why do you use so many different avatars? It is a kind of roundabout question because it isn't really said as much, but it is one that has been brought up quite a few times. And with the fact is we just hit 7,000 subscribers, thank you all so much for that, by the way. I appreciate all of you. Whoever you all are, thank you. You are helping me achieve a dream. I figured making this could help people understand what I do. And here it is. Why do I use so many different avatars? Answer? Because it's freedom and creativity. Let me explain. Let's say I stuck to just a sheep model. My channel would be only known for the sheep avatar and the games that could be played with that. When I would play, let's say, the sheep model with other games, like horror games and stuff, it didn't feel like it fit as well in my head. I mean, yes, I still use the sheep model when I play Five Nights at Freddy's, but eventually I did a little questionnaire. Around August, September, and July, I did a question about me switching out my old avatar. This avatar also is no longer on the channel, as you might have noticed. The reason for this is mainly due to YouTube's new AI algorithm. Yay! Which has also been demonetizing me. Yay! Yeah, thank you, algorithm. Anywho, the fact is, around then, I started feeling limited by that model, and I also was dealing with the issue of YouTube's algorithm. So I kind of had to make a call. Someone suggested me using I made an option between 4 different avatars to go for. One of them, of course, to keep the same. The other was Coco the Maid, Rosie the Bear, and the Elf, who is representing my wisdom. This is explained later in the video. But I ended up deciding based on a comment. A commenter kind of said, why not use all of them? And it didn't occur to me to think like that. Normally, like I said, when you see VTubers out there, they normally have one model. The model will change over time, but it'll always be generally that model. And when I got told that, I frankly didn't think of that idea. And it was kind of shocking. I ended up sitting on that idea for a day or two and I decided to try it out. And my God, was it liberating. It felt like I could be more. And it kind of led to what we're going to talk about here in a minute, the lore. But it kind of allowed me to be more expressive, I guess. Different avatars represented different aspects of my brain. And, it allowed me to kind of use different things. I guess to basically sum it all up, it felt liberating and freeing to use other avatars. So it's like, if I didn't want to use X avatar, I could use Y avatar if it still fit this genre. Which is why the bear and the mosquito are interchanged sometimes. So let's say I don't want to use a mosquito for this. Well, I could use the bear. Both are murderous kind of people. One likes blood, one likes murder. See what I mean? This now leads us to the lore aspect. Originally, the lore, this is the funny part about it. The lore originally was going to be me just having a bullshit regeneration power because I was isekai, okay? I'm not going to lie. It was a dumb thing I came up with. Around the time of the original lore, isekai, anime, and manga and all that lovely stuff was getting way out of hand. It was the second most thing I ever saw next to kicked out of the heroes party, and yet that person was the main reason the hero party was so strong. If you watch manga, if you watch anime, read manga, or watch those manga recaps or stuff like that, you'll notice the trend too, and you'll also agree with me that it is kind of absurd. So when I started out, I did it as kind of a joke. I said like, oh, I was hit by Truck-kun and I was isekai with regeneration powers, kind of similar to Deadpool. And it was just a funny joke. And I guess now it's led to what it is now. The current lore of the channel is I was hit twice. I survived the first hit, but while I was trying to get away, it came back for round two. This was kind of brought up when I did the Metal Gear Solid 5 playthrough, the playthrough of that, and I said this is the timeline if the truck didn't finish the job, which of course led to me kind of making that a thing, and it was funny. So it led to the second hit, and because of the multiple avatars, it led to fragmentation. I will be the first to tell anyone this. A person is devised of more than just one single part. And because of the second hit, it led to, I guess, the soul or the brain. I'm more leaning towards the soul in the way of the lore, fragmenting and branching out in a sense. So when I was hit, originally the sheep was created. But due to the other emotions being unstable due to the fragmentation, it led to the creation of others. Like how the murderous tendencies of the sheep kind of got out of control to lead to the creation of the bear. And then same thing with like the maid, with the whole motherly thing as the community is called the maid. The maid is for those who don't know, the maid is the mother of the group according to the community. They are the one that embodies my empathy. So yeah. So because of that, and then there's, the elf, which is my wisdom, my knowledge. It's led to that, and then there's anxiety, the cat, they came in later. Originally, fun little fact there, originally anxiety was planned to have an ARG. There was supposed to be a little ARG tied to anxiety that would lead to her being kind of incorporated more into the game, into the whole lore. But I had to toss it because of time. I didn't have the time to go through fully on my plans, and it still is one of my most irritated things I am mad about with myself, that I didn't take the time to fully flesh out her incorporation. Nowadays, she's just Anxiety the cat. And in case you're wondering why I wanted the cat for that theme, I found it kind of funny. Because many things people will tell you to do to help combat your anxiety or negative thoughts is to have a pet. Well, what if I had someone who could cause anxiety based on how they act? If you want a cat, you know what I mean, with them knocking over stuff. And just be the general source of the anxiety. As I'm saying this, my cat is literally trying to knock over a cup right now. I'm watching her. Why you like this? Anyhow. So yeah. It's one of the reasons that led to me kind of using more and more models was to represent different aspects. Like the bear created the mosquito in a sense. Because the bear's bloodlust kind of got out of control and led to the creation of the mosquito. So in the way the lore, the other avatars are all part of one being. And the head of this all is, of course, Lynn the sheep. Yes, for those who missed it, the sheep's name got revealed. Her name is Lynn. Lynn, for anyone wondering. Not Lin, as people started calling her. The reason for that is mainly because, I don't know. I don't know why I picked that name, actually. I mean, it just came to me. When it comes to every avatar, a name just comes to me when I look at them. Like Coco, Rosie, Lynn, and, well, a couple others that have yet been revealed, you know? So, yeah, just want to make that clear real quick. But that is kind of the reason behind the multiple avatars, though. Like I said, it's just freeing, and it's really good for the lore I'm building here. I like to picture lore in a story as like a set of blocks. They're scattered, they're everywhere, but as you put it together, the picture comes there. And this is like adding more and more pieces, but help putting those pieces in this is incorporating a much better design. Granted, I will say I'm not going to go out of control with my, other sides. I'll only add them in whenever I deem it, kind of unnecessary or I find something funny about it. Like how right now I'm in the process as of now hinting at one. I'll let you guys find out who that one is. They'll be tied to a certain, I guess, let's play. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to make this clear here. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And thank you again for the 7,000 subscribers. It's kind of shocking. Like I said, this is just me explaining an answered question. You don't need to do anything. If you guys want to, go check out some of my other videos. YouTube will recommend one from my channel that you guys think is best here. If you want to see some of my, I guess, first ever work, I'll link a Let's Play down below. I'll link a Let's Play on screen as well. I think I'll give you guys, I'll let future Jacob decide that one, aka the editor. And yeah, I guess I'll leave that to you guys. Thank you so much again for the 7,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody, and sleep well.